Nice. All right, we are live. Once I figure out how to utilize this. All right. A little late, but we are indeed live. I will wait for people to pop in before I go over some things. I look really weird on this camera, that I will say. Very odd. Oh, nice. We have some people. I think it's just me, though, signing in to see if it's working. But it is 7 in the morning, and especially if people in our fellow club have been drinking all night or doing their thing, then they're probably less likely to be up this early. I'm an early morning brewer, for those of you that are watching the channel. Glasses are always crooked for some reason. Oh, all right. Jump on the BrewTubers Twitter account, twitter.com/BrewTubers. Got another viewer. Do we have one viewer? It says two. Well, it says three, but I can't see who is actually viewing. If you're watching, throw a comment so I know that there's actually people this early. I didn't expect to have people this early watching me brew, but that would be great. So shoot a comment saying hi, hashtag Unity Brew Day, anything you want. I'm just getting the grains ready. Oh. Oh, fucker. I just dumped a bunch of flaked oats on the ground. And I swore. Didn't mean to do that. So what are you going to do? I swore. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, is that Brandon? Are you under the Exit 12 Brewery account watching me? You are. All right, perfect. So it's like you're here. Awesome. So I'm just weighing out 1 pound, 3/4 ounces of two-row now. The strike water's ready to go, so I'm probably going to grind the grain, and then we're going to mash in. Kaboom! How fat do I look on camera, Brandon? It's a good call. Yes, you do. It's a good call. And because Brandon, I do look skinny, and because Brandon isn't here, I get to play Action Bronson all day. So that's pretty sweet. That's something I'm very excited about. This is an Action Bronson brew day. Brandon hates Action Bronson. No, instead of doing that, I could probably just do that. Brain! Knock it out. Knock it out. Hey, rock on Gear Blog. What's up, buddy? Oh, shit. Crush is actually looking phenomenal this morning. Pleasantly surprised at how good the crush looks, but I shouldn't be because we've dialed in our mill very well. If the music's too loud, just let me know. I'll turn it down. Unless it's Brandon requesting it, then I won't be. It's time for us to mash in. All action, Bronson. I need to put in the salts.
What's up, Mom? How you feel about it? I'm just a bad habit. Shit, I gotta have it. Black magic gonna put a spell on me. Fuck around with a spell on me. I can walk on the ladders, live on the ladder. 10 minutes flat, built a boat in a bottle. 40 rides back, and they come to the model. Told her to move with me. Shit, I might make the Cooper green. Or this the trophy in my jeans. I still see Freddy Krueger in my dreams. Ain't nothing more than what they crave. Shit, no, I do it for the team. How's your knee?
My knee is stop letting
That's all I care about. Looking needed up the paramount. Tight chances of romantic leads. A plastically trained a drug dealer. But I wasn't good at drug dealing. So I flipped shit while I stealing. Dry water, $5 all stuff 5-4. Woke out 5 quarters for the store. I'm not a shot.
1.75 grams of calcium chloride, 1.5 grams of gypsum. What's going on, all the new viewers? I'm surprised I even have this many this early in the morning. Nick, Exit 12 Brewery. If you aren't aware of who I am, Brandon is at home trolling me on the live chat. I'm adding salts to my blueberry Hefeweizen that we're brewing today, a beer that we've been wanting to brew for probably a few months now. Got Action Bronson on the TV. Got coffee upstairs I got to go get pretty soon, and then we're going to mash in. So, Brandon, if you're in the comments and you want to explain to people watching what the reason why we went with the amounts we did on the water, you can. .7 grams of calcium chloride might be a lot. I don't know. Brandon is the one that knows all this stuff. And then, for those of you that didn't watch my last video, our last video, we like to repurpose things. So this is actually PBW that I cleaned out, and now we have gypsum in it because the bags are so hard to manage when you have inventory. They're just they store oddly. That's why I was doing ounces, not grams. I'm sitting there going, why the hell is there so much gypsum in this recipe? So I'm gonna have to go back to grams. Good thing I caught it.
I'm a straight bitch any day now. You know I gotta get a plate now. Touch books on the keyboard. I rap the east to seaboard. Cheese low. Don't speak on my shit. Cause some cheese I'm a flip ya. Better kills was not in the slipper. Trying to do the remix for Pitbull. Shit. Play the violin with dimples. Nice ironic and it's simple. Drive nice car, red on premium. First time a black girl was a penthouse. Roses in the bed at the penthouse. Billy Joe at the garden. Should I get a sky?
You know what, Brian? You sound just like Brandon. Yeah, I'll turn it down now. Just like Brandon, Brian doesn't like great music either. What are you going to do? Thank you, Jerry. J Pitty Diddy, that's about who it is. All right. So I actually ended up going a little heavy on the calcium chloride. Instead of 1.75, we're at like 2.0. But it is what it is. Let's turn this zombie around. All right, if this is going to turn into you guys harassing me while I'm brewing. All right, Brian, I'll send you the link in a minute. Let me just pop this in. All right. What's your email, Brian? I'll shoot out a link to you to join in. If there's anyone else that would like to join in, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I will gladly bring you in. I have up to 5 more people I can add. With Brian, I have 4 more. But when Brian leaves, I go back to having 5. I didn't go rogue. The cups are too deep, and I over-poured, so. Jerry is obviously a clear brother in arms. Oh, Gary wants to join in as well? Okay, I can email Gary. I have emailed Gary. Brian, you are more than welcome to your brother. You know that. I just need your email if you want me to include you in the live stream. I really want to turn up the music. Oh, yeah, I got to let him in. Let me see how I figure out how to add him. Right now, he is technically in the green room. No, Brandon, I am not emailing you. What's on? What's up, Rock On Beer Blog? What's going on, brother? Let me see. I wonder how I add people. This is interesting. Oh, there he is. All right. Now he popped up. That's what it is. He's going to pop up on my screen, and then I add him. Hey, hey.
Hey.
Main Brew Guy in the house.
And I got Brian on the Zoom, but I had Matt earlier, and I guess can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can anybody else? Can everyone else hear Gare Bear?
Yeah, if he'd send me a link, I'd join in, but
Oh, you still haven't sent Brian a link? Shame on you.
I need his email.
Oh, he needs your email.
I've given it to him twice.
He says he gave it to you twice.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. So I think on my end, when I'm live, I'm delayed a little bit. So I'm sending it over now.
Okay. Sounds like excuses. You got to turn that music off. That's the problem.
I'm full of excuses, and this music will never be going off. Between you, Brian, and Brandon.
There's a big delay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Brian, there's a huge delay.
That's what I mean.
Well,
it is. It's a wicked delay.
Well, and it makes it worse because I'm on the cell signal on my phone talking to you, but I'm on my Wi-Fi talking to Brian. So that whole latency built in there.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a shit show.
Yeah.
Tell Brian I sent him a link. Rock On Beer Blog. You just started Heat and Water. If you want to join, you're more than welcome. Just give me your email and I'll pop you up. I still gotta add Brandon's ass. Oh yeah, this one's my jam.
Holy crap. That is a big delay.
It's bad, yeah.
Hey Gary, I'm gonna hop out of this and head over there.
Yep.
Brandon, I sent you the link. Nikki, best taste in music. I'll take that, Brandon. Thank you.
Ugh.
All right, I'm getting ready to mash in.
Already?
So excuse me if I'm not talking. And then once Brian pops up on my thing, I'll be able to add him. But that could even be a delay as well. It's all right, Jerry. Just if you could stay on and keep sticking up for me, I would appreciate it with my hot music takes. All right. JP Diddy Do. That's my boy, Brian. And you are live, brother. Thanks for joining.
My stage name is JP Diddy Doodah Money.
Oh, there it is. All right. Yeah, I mean, it's so goddamn long. I didn't see it in my preview.
Hey, Gary, I think you got a booger, buddy.
What's that?
So I think you got a bug hanging. We're looking up your nose.
Oh, booger. Yeah, I'm actually going to put you on the tripod.
There you go. Now we can see you. I got to figure out what I'm brewing today, guys. I don't have any idea yet.
I'm trying to find a good perspective.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll find a good station to listen to soon. Maybe I can pipe some Leonard Skinner into this thing.
No.
Free bird.
No. Yeah, little Linyard skin yard wouldn't be bad, actually.
Right. Are you down on your knees now, Gary?
I'm trying to hook up the audio to the Bluetooth, but it doesn't seem to be working.
So you can hear it through your speakers.
Yeah. I guess I can go to speaker. It says it's connected, but it's not coming through the Bluetooth speaker. I wonder if it's probably because we're already in the StreamYard. It didn't throw it out. Let's see here. On my phone, I don't know how to switch it to the speaker on my phone itself. It's sort of coming through like a headset.
You have your headphones plugged in?
I did.
Yeah. Because I can't really hear y'all. I'll be right up on it.
All right, coffee's kicking in. I'm going to go get rid of some and get some more.
All right.
All right, you happy now? I turned the music off.
Thank God.
Well, I turned it down significantly, actually.
That works. Okay.
Sounds good, Jerry. It sounds like a lot of meat, brother. All right. What are you up to, Gary?
I'm just heating up the strike water. I started streaming. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I started streaming at 6, and I was talking to Brian and Matt for a while, so I didn't really do anything.
Damn, 6 a.m.
Yeah, I started streaming at 6.
I thought I was the first one. Killing it.
So my strike water's just heating up. My water pH is all set. I just gotta get my balloon salts.
Oh, okay.
There you go. That'll be a nice parallax effect.
Oh, very nice. Look at that.
See what's back there.
I like
Oh,
it.
That's us on YouTube.
I like it. You're brewing today, right, Brian?
I think so.
he hasn't decided what recipe he's brewing yet.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm thinking I might go with like an IPA or something. I need one
Gotcha.
of those on tap.
Oddly enough, Nick and I are brewing pretty much almost the same beer.
Oh, yeah. What are you brewing?
I'm brewing a blueberry blonde. He's doing a blueberry wheat, I think.
Oh, yeah. I think kind of my recipe, aren't you, Nick?
Yeah, pretty close to it, I think. I actually got the more so the inspiration was from Brian, for sure. I heard you were brewing.
What flavoring are you using?
Oh, so yeah, let me show you that. I actually got 2 different ones from that place you told me to go to.
Okay,
So I got juicy blueberry
Okay.
and fruit blueberry. This one smells like a much more natural blueberry. This one smells like a cartoon blueberry.
Okay.
I don't know which one to go with, though.
I would probably go with the one that smells more like a natural blueberry.
How many drops do you think?
I put 1 whole dropper in a 5-gallon keg.
Oh, no shit.
But those are that's a half milliliter dropper, right? Does it say on the bottle?
It does 10 milliliters, serving size 20 drops. So yeah, half milliliter.
Yeah, so I would put 2 of those in there because I have a bigger bottle. I have like the 30 milliliter bottle, and it comes with 1 milliliter dropper.
Okay.
So
Wow.
I put 2 of them in there.
Sounds like a lot. Oh.
Well, if you compare that to Brewer's Best, I used to put 2 of the whole bottles of Brewer's Best in the blueberry beer that I made to get it right.
Wow. Okay, fair enough.
I usually do both. I'm going to do. I usually do real blueberries in frozen, and then I puree them and I drop them in the second. Well, like after post fermentation. And
you
then
put blueberries in it?
Real blueberries, and then I also add a little bit of the amaretti blueberry extract at cake. Just a little though.
Wow.
I tell you, the aroma component to those, Nick, is really, really good. As far as the flavor, it's more mild, but the aroma is what will hit you. But if you look at the science of it, your taste is probably 80% aroma, 20% taste on your tongue. Just like their peanut butter and chocolate that they have is crazy aromatic, and then it kind of convinces you that you're tasting peanut butter.
Gotcha. Yeah, and the prices were like super cheap.
Yeah, that's what I liked about them was that you can get. I mean, that bottle will last you. You could probably do 5 batches of beer with that bottle.
Yeah.
Actually 10 if you put 1 milliliter in each.
Yeah, I just know like
$5 or $6 for a Brewer's Best or one of those other flavorings, a bottle, and I use 2 of them. Like I said, that
Brandon and I'd have to find the flavoring, but Brandon and I did a gingerbread flavoring for Belgian Dark Strong, and we used it was so strong. We probably only used like 5 drops or 4 drops.
Oh, really?
And
Wow.
And it was like perfect.
Cool.
So when you say like a full, like half, 2 of them, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, try one first and see what it's like, and then you can always pop open the keg and drop in some more.
Right. Yeah. I'd rather go light than strong.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Yeah. I find that on wheat beers and stuff, popping open the keg is not nearly detrimental to them like a New England or something like that.
Yeah.
I usually don't have any problem with oxidation on those.
Sure.
Is anybody keeping up with your chat over there on YouTube?
I think Brandon is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure people were watching that they're.
Yeah, right now there's only 4 of us, so.
Okay.
We had 8 at one point, but we dropped a little bit.
Gary's on the chat here.
All right, good.
And then Rock on Beer Blog.
Turn this thing back around. Nothing's going to compare to Brian's setup.
My what?
Your setup. How awesome your brew room looks.
Ah,
Would you say
forget about it.
That's
Hey,
like
you didn't know it was just a green screen?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. It's a green screen. That's funny.
It was funny. It was. So Brian, you're not a fan of good music, huh?
Oh no, it had nothing to do with that. It's just I couldn't hear you.
Oh.
It was too loud. I mean, I'm not a fan of that music, but
Wait, obviously. What makes you say obviously? I thought you were a huge fan of Action Bronson.
I said honestly.
Oh, honestly. Gotcha.
Apparently, it came across obviously as well. Whatever you're into, man. Don't bother me none.
Yeah, I'm just breaking your balls.
I know. You heard me none. Brandon saying you never sent him an email. I don't think you did you?
I did send him the email.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send him the email again. I just got to take this pH reading.
Just told him that StreamYard said that only one exit 12 member at a time.
Oh, he might have to. Maybe I'll have him sign in under my YouTube.
I'm just messing with him. I don't know if that's the case.
Oh. That actually might be true, but we'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but you don't have to sign into YouTube or anything for it. You just click the link and it brings you in, right?
That's actually a good point. Yeah, you're right. So it shouldn't say that.
I'll just post the link out in the stream for him.
Let's try this again for chubby Delicate over there.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's not gonna like that.
Here we go.
All right, Brandon, I sent it to both of your emails. You have two emails, so I sent it to both.
It is Saturday. It's a no fat shaming Saturday, Nick.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no fat shaming on the weekends. So I messed up. That was my fault. That's an exit 12 rule, Brian. No fat shaming on the weekends. So.
Yeah, and yesterday was 4 Eyes Friday, by the way.
What was it? 4 Eyes Friday? That's all right. That's all right. Not bad. Not bad at all.
You got some awesome anything going on down there?
Big Brandon and I are gonna have to get back to brewing the New England IPAs.
You out of what you brewed already?
We put one in a competition in March and came in second place. We were pumped, but we're just kind of starting to come around on that. There he is.
What's going on, boys?
Bedel's in the house.
Oh man, how's everything going with you guys?
Just getting the barge water ready. Where's your Exit 12 hat? You're not repping the brand?
No, I quit.
He's wearing that in protest to the music.
Bam.
Hey, Brandon, can you check this out?
Nice. Love it, Gary. It's a good
What
shirt.
shirt's that? What shirt is it?
The Game of Thrones one.
It's a
Game of
suit
Cones.
shirt.
Game of Cones.
Must be cold where you are there, Gary.
Game of stupid shirt ideas.
The gratuitous nipple rub. What are you up to, Brandon?
So Nick, you said you put in 2 grams of calcium chloride.
Yeah, but it was like because the cup was so deep, I couldn't really take it out.
He put in 4 ounces of gypsum.
I'm
I
sitting
don't
there
know why
going.
they're doing the water profiles if we're just gonna bootleg it.
Yeah.
I had it on ounces, and I'm sitting there dumping out the gypsum. I'm going, there's no way there's this much
He was
gypsum in
looking at the
this
scale and he
stupid
saw
recipe.
the O and the G and he thought, I want to be an OG.
I was like, man. So, and then I realized I had it on ounces and not grams.
So Nick, I had the pale ale again last night.
Good, right? Awesome.
Yeah, it's
Probably one of the best beers
best.
we've ever done. What's wrong?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. It was great. I enjoyed every second of it. So I think I'm almost positive it was the we attenuated so low because the yeast we used was pretty old, and I think we only did a 24-hour starter. So I just don't think we had enough.
I mean, personally, I don't think that was the problem. I think the problem was, in terms of the ABV, was that I didn't properly decant. I think I may have dumped yeast that along with the starter itself, along with the proper pitch.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I think it was, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Gary, Brian, do you decant when you guys do a starter?
What's a starter?
Fresh yeast.
What's that?
Gary, do you decant?
It depends how much I make. Like if I make like a 2-liter starter, then yeah, I will probably decant some off. But typically I don't. I run it on the stir plate and keep it running, and then I just pour it right into the wort.
I will not recant.
I think my thing is we use the proper pitch, and I think it's like 0.55 is the gravity.
1044.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I think if I'm dumping that into wort that's 0.55 or 0.6, I don't want to dilute the OG. That's my biggest concern. And then it's hard you have to do like a math problem to get a an accurate idea of where you're at for gravity.
Really, Nick?
Really? Yes.
Come on.
He is. Yeah.
Just dump it in.
I would much rather.
Much.
I'd much rather know exactly where my gravity is.
But the wort that you dumped in there from the starter is alcohol too, so you're really not diluting it by that much.
But you're diluting it if you're dumping in wort that's, especially if you're doing a high gravity beer, you're dumping in wort that's significantly lower. It's going to dilute. It should dilute the beer in theory.
Let me check your math here.
Wait a second. So you're saying the starters you make, you're afraid they're going to dilute the beer?
Yeah, it's going to bring down the OG.
Yeah, but you make a starter to what you're making your beer at. So if you're doing,
we don't do that. We don't do
Yeah.
that. We just dump in the proper. We just dump in the can with 16 ounces of water and the yeast. Pretty much.
So with the barley
We're
one,
lazy.
I made a high gravity starter.
Yeah, so like we could probably do that. We could do that, which I would feel much better about dumping in the entire thing. But when we're just doing the proper
Here's
starter,
what you're diluting it by, Nick. If you do a 2-liter starter and you've got a 5-gallon batch of beer, which is like roughly 18 liters, it's 0.11111%.
There's
So, like,
perspective for you.
so like when we did a beer once, we were at like must have been 060 OG. We dumped in. It was actually for the experiment we did. We were at, I think, 071, and we dumped in the starter, and it brought us down to our appropriate OG in terms of what the tilt said. So we lost
but you're dumping in a low gravity because it's now alcohol.
but that's what I'm trying to convey.
But
So-
but it doesn't matter because your beer is also going to become alcohol and reach basically the same terminal gravity.
But if we wanted, like for our Belgians, we want at least 9%. So if I'm dumping in a proper can with 16 ounces of water and the yeast, and the proper is at, like Brian said, 044, it's going to bring down my OG.
Yeah, but there's alcohol. The
I understand
starter
this.
is turned to alcohol.
Right, but you're still decreasing the OG. Like if I'm trying to get to a specific,
If it was unfermented, it would be 0.111%. Nick, it's not enough to even matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just weird because the tilt's telling me something completely different.
Well, of course, the tilt is because when you're dumping in the starter, it's already fermented, so it's already low.
It's actually giving you an inaccurate reading on the lower side because of the fact that there's no sugar in it. So it's giving you a false positive, if you will.
I'm a little confused about that aspect, but
So the tilt reads, sugar and then sugar content, and then it shows you how much the gravity has dropped. Well, you're actually, not only are you dropping the gravity by putting, let's say if you didn't ferment the starter, it would be at 1044. And if you put that in there, then it would drop it. But it's already turned to alcohol, so it's dropping it even further than what it would be as if you just put it in there unfermented. So I mean, it's literally, it's probably less than 0.1% that is dropping your wort.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Relax,
But the tilt,
homebrew.
yeah, but the tilt is just what it says. I mean, that whole device is it's a buoyancy thing. So as soon as you drop that starter in there, it's going to dilute your wort only because it's already alcohol. It's already fermented. So then the tilt is going to change the buoyancy because of that and give you, yes, an inaccurate reading, but it's not really a problem in the end result.
And here's the thing: in order to decant the wort off of the top of the yeast, you got to chill it, right? In order for it to drop out.
No, if you just take it off the stir plate for probably like in a couple hours, you'll see it settle all out to the bottom.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But the whole idea of a starter is to get the yeast active and going. And so probably the best way to pitch it would be whenever the yeast in the starter is at high Krausen, and then your yeast is already active and going. So there's no way to dump that off and not dump out yeast if it's already active. But it really doesn't dilute the beer.
Yeah, it's negligible.
You don't see commercial breweries decanting off of their 5-10 gallon starters to throw in a big fermenter.
That's true.
It's negligible. I've never decanted off of it, honestly.
Yeah, I do it sometimes. If like, let's say I've had the starter going and it's past high crowds and long past high crowds. And let's say I made it a day early, than I would have. I'll take it off the stir plate and let it settle out, and then I will decant some off and then put it back on the stir plate. But I won't like decant the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I could see that. Yeah, if you're really using a starter the way it should be, and pitching it at high crowds, and then you would just pitch the whole thing in.
Yeah.
Apparently, we lost him.
We lost Brandon, right?
And Nick. I don't know where he went.
I'm doing my water.
He's over in the corner doing math.
Thought I smelled something burning.
I swear to God.
All right.
I'm gonna try something a little different today. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have 3 cameras running. I'm gonna have a bar cam, so when I go get a beer, I can show the bar.
Oh, that's awesome. It's gonna be a nice feed.
Should be fun. Kelly will probably be in and out of it. She's got stuff she needs to do today, so we'll see.
Is she working?
Now, just doing housework.
Oh, okay.
Nothing major.
I didn't know if she was like working from home.
No, we're Monday through Friday. She actually works for the same company I do.
Oh,
Sorry about that. I got a call. Working overly.
not in supply chain.
I think you guys are really in the same house because you both disappeared and then you're both back. Time. What's going on here?
They're really the same person.
Oh Lord.
I haven't made this light of a beer in a while. This is 1046 gravity.
I'm not sure your system will do it, Gary.
Yeah, right.
Your boil kettle will probably protest and open its own valve and dump it on the floor.
Yeah. It's like, what are you boiling water for?
Hi, guys. In the house. What are you doing? Here he comes. You see the camera over there?
Man, I go through some grain in this place.
I love the shot of that ceiling.
I put a ceiling fan in here yesterday, day before.
I was busting on Nick. We're looking at his ceiling.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go. Now we can do a
Boom.
armchair brewer over here.
Backseat driver.
I know. What's up with that?
After all good things.
One of the biggest problems with doing a stream with this we have a whole bunch of people on there at the same time is that you wind up neglecting the chat. Nobody's paying attention to it.
Yeah, it almost seems like you have to have two people, one just managing the chat and the other. Yeah,
exactly. trying to pop over there once in a while and see if anybody's commenting. Brewmaster Jerry is over there saying that you should test that now. I think you're thirsty. I'm not sure who he's talking to, but someone.
All right. Busy.
Yeah, no kidding. I should be busy cleaning up and getting ready, but I'm not. Nothing like rushing around last minute.
Back to life. Back to reality.
Well, that's a little better.
All right. Gary, I thought you were going Zoom.
I do. I have it up.
Oh, cool.
I have Zoom up on the computer, and then I have you on my phone.
Is anyone on Zoom?
Well, not now. I had Brian and Matt on there, but Mike Dean said he'll be coming on at 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we jumped over to support your stream over here.
So thoughtful, Brian. Thank you. I appreciate it.
That sounded kind of condescending to me. I don't know.
Actually,
There was a lot of
Just
sarcasm.
our
Me sarcastic? No.
Nick, what the pH end up being?
What'd you say?
What the pH end up being?
5. So I had 1.10 milliliters of lactic acid.
Okay.
They wound up being 5.
Well, yeah. Did you bring it up to 5? Is that way? Did you bring it down to 5? Is that why you added the lactic, or did it start at 5? It started at 4, right?
Why would you
No.
have lactic acid?
No, the sample, the distilled water was. So the sample was at 5. So I added 1.10 milliliters to bring it up to 5.2.
No.
No.
You would have to add baking soda.
Yeah.
That's what the calculator gave me.
Lactic acid drops it.
I put in 5.2 and then I hit the button and it spit out 1.10 milliliters. Maybe I did it wrong on Beersmith.
Yeah, if you're starting at 5, you probably should add, because your grains are not that acidic. You probably should add some baking soda too. Did you take a reading in the actual of the mash itself?
Yeah, it was at 5.
Okay, and you added lactic acid?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're below 5 now.
Well, we're gonna find out real quick.
Yeah, you probably should check it again and add some baking soda. Or just dump it out now and make some wheat bread.
That's my fault. I'm the water and pH guy, so.
Oh, trust me, he'll blame it on you. Trust me. Where did Brandon go? He must have got a phone call again.
Yeah, he's got 2 kids, so they're probably pretty busy.
Are you in the process of checking the pH now?
Yeah.
Let me cool down.
Gotcha. Just waiting.
Is there a reason? Have you thought about using brewing water?
Honestly, I'm not really the water guy. Brandon is.
Okay, I got you.
Brandon kind of handles that stuff.
Yeah,
we use the Beersmith calculator.
I like brewing water so much better than the Beersmith calculator.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's so much easier to use, in my opinion.
Yeah, we had a couple. We probably had a couple times where it wasn't accurate.
Yeah,
probably two or 3 times, but so far it's been okay, I think.
Yeah, I use brewing water and then just input whatever it tells me into Beersmith.
Gotcha.
And I'm gonna step out to hit the facilities real quick.
Yeah, do you think?
Enjoy yourself on the camera back there. All right, I'm back.
Now we have to find hops.
I'm gonna mute for a while because I'll be grinding grains. You don't want to hear that.
Okay. Did you finish your basement yourself, Nick, or did you have somebody do it?
What'd you say?
Did you finish your basement yourself, or did you have somebody do it?
I just painted. I was gonna finish it myself, but Katie was pregnant and she was due,
I gotcha.
really soon. So we just decided to have people do it.
Did
There's a few things that
did they talk about putting the poles in a column at all, or what was the deal with that?
Yeah, they did. I actually liked the look of it.
Okay.
The only thing I would want to change is the bottom, where I'll probably put some pieces.
Oh, okay, I see.
There it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely, basement's not finished by any stretch. There's still frame, like I want to frame this out so it doesn't look so janky. I want to frame a door over there in that little area.
Okay.
And then like trim. Got to put trim up over the windows or over the two walkout doors and stuff like that.
That's a nice blank canvas. It looks good.
Yeah, it's not bad. And then like I had to make sure I got flooring that was could see, like water could sit on top of because of all the brewing and shit.
Yeah.
So
I may wind up actually putting some laminate flooring down in here instead of the paint. And then over in the brewery area, put some tile down or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, you haven't put anything down on that yet?
Yeah, it's just paint. Is all it is.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I like it. It's I had a goal of finishing it this winter, but then everything kind of with coronavirus happened. So my buddy and I were going to finish it, and now we're just kind of in a little bit of a waiting pattern.
No, I get it. I hear you.
But I like the room overall. I mean, it was just like, it was unfinished. It was just bare. There was like some blue board against the long wall, but that was pretty much it. The woman that sold me the house kind of sold it very suddenly. So I think they were in the middle of kind of thinking about finishing it, but
I got you.
Ultimately they just...
Honestly, I'd rather that myself, just like this place that we bought. It was a blank canvas. I'd rather that so I can finish it how I want,
Yeah, that was kind of our thinking too. I mean, I'm not the most mechanical person ever, so it would have been nice on some level if it was finished, but you're right. Ultimately, I got to finish it the way I wanted, so.
Yeah.
Can't really complain about that.
Nope, and I think the big open space where you can always throw up a wall or add something if you want to later on if you need to partition it off, so that's not bad.
Yeah, right. And I think for our son, he can, when he gets older, he can come down here and kind of hang out too,
Yeah, sure. Drink dad's beer, all that stuff.
Yeah, right. It's interesting. I saw, I was listening to a Brewlosophy episode, and they were talking about how, I don't think any official studies have been done, but they found that when they indulged their children's curiosities young in life, they were less likely to want to do those things.
Yeah, it's not taboo anymore.
What'd you say?
It's not taboo anymore. It's a commonplace thing,
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, my dad used to bring me to play basketball with his friends, and he'd give me sips of his Rolling Rock. You know what I mean? So, I was a kid then, so I wouldn't necessarily mind doing that just to indulge my son's curiosity, but there's a level of all right, enough, but
and then the nice thing about it, because when kids go to college and stuff, they consume mass quantities of crap beer. So if you get your kid to where they have a taste for beer and know what good beer tastes like, they're gonna be like, I'm not drinking that crap.
Right. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh, if you want to take a peek real quick, this is our hop inventory, which is just stupid.
Nice.
I don't know. I don't know if it's nice. Too many hops. Too many.
Is there such a thing?
Dude, man. I mean, between like deals at Yakima Valley and everything else, it's so hard for us to like.
I think I picked up 3 pounds of different hops from More Beer. They had a deal of the day for $4.99 a pound for some like off the wall, like Crystal and Mount Hood.
I saw your thing. I actually got a pound of it. And that's at Brew. I said we're so overrun with hops that I have to have I have to have Brandon keep some of them because it's just too many. Like Experimental Tangerine, Independence, Medusa, and that's why we kind of like. Now we're finally getting pretty good at brewing New England IPAs.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I have quite that many, but
well, yeah. So like now, hopefully now that we're now coming around to being okay at brewing New England IPAs. So now the hope is that we can get rid of some of these hops. We do have like a ton of like Mosaic and Citra, Centennial stuff like that.
Yeah, I bought some experimental ones because I want to try to swap out some of those hops that I know real well with some of the experimental ones and see how they do.
Yeah,
just to try it out. I might actually. I've got a 6.5 Anvil Foundry. I might do some 2.5 gallon batches just to test some of those hops out and see how they work.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, That's a real good idea. You just scale down. You just scale down the hop amounts, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, you scale the whole batch and everything. So
right.
Hey, Gary.
Sorry.
Yeah, you better be sorry.
The delay is causing me to interrupt you. So Mosaic is a great one to use in a blueberry beer, by the way.
Yeah, you know what? What's the name? Other Half put out a blueberry sour with Mosaic.
Yeah, I use Mosaic in my blueberry beer.
I took 2 sips of it and I dumped it. I thought it was awful. I thought it was awful. I'd have to find
the wasn't the Mosaic though.
Yeah, I don't think it was the Mosaic. It was probably the sour.
Oh, so I think it was probably the style, like you said. Like I don't think the sour really meshed well with the Mosaic hops. Maybe I don't know. I don't dump beer. I took 2 sips of it and I dumped the whole thing. I thought it was disgusting.
I tell you what, I was really surprised by, and I've never used the hop before, but the not Corona that I did with the Matueka, that actually I think it picked up some of the character from the hops really well. I'm going to try to send a couple of bottles to a few of you guys let you try it out.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Because I know Trillium over here uses Motueka and some, and they seem to get good success with it.
4.8.
Right now it's 5.15.
All right. Yeah, I'd probably add. What do you say, Gary? 2 grams.
How much water are we talking?
I mean, I was at 5, and then I added 1.1 milliliters of lactic acid, and now I'm at 5.15.
It should have gone the other way. Something was off the first reading.
Yeah, you're not too far off the mark. You'll probably be okay. I mean, you probably add like a 1/4 tablespoon of baking soda. It might take you up a little. I think you want to be around 5.4 or something like that, and the grains will take you. The grains.
Well, when I put in for the lactic acid, I put in at 5.2. So I know it was supposed to bring it down, but it didn't. So I don't know.
Well, if you're at 5 and you added lactic acid, I don't think your first reading was correct. Is that the water reading? What was that?
That was within the first 10 minutes of the mash.
It was at 5?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that reading probably wasn't exactly correct.
I mean, if that reading's not correct, then this one isn't either.
Well, this one maybe. I mean, you might not have gotten a good sample of wort on the first one. Maybe I don't know, but
right.
I would say probably I'd add. I'm with Gary. What'd you say? 1/4 teaspoon?
Yeah, 1/4 teaspoon. Just
yeah.
How long you been in the mash there, Nick?
He's probably been there 30 minutes at least.
At least, yeah.
Yeah.
We're
So-
at 45 now.
Oh wow, yeah, you're pretty much done.
Yeah.
But to get your pH, you know, in the beer proper, you probably want to add like a quarter teaspoon of baking soda to the mash.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never done that. Like, we've always done lactic acid and gotten at least semi-accurate readings, even if it was, whether it was too high or too low.
It doesn't have anything to do with what you're adding. I mean, it does have something to do with what you're adding, but where you're starting at is the issue. If you add lactic acid, it's going to drop the pH. If you add baking soda, it raises the pH. So if you're already at 5, even if you were at 5, you should have added some baking soda, not lactic acid, because you were probably in the range without adding the lactic acid. If it's 5.15 now, you probably could have just left it alone. But I would definitely, I'm with Gary. I would add a little bit of baking soda to it to bring the pH up.
I mean, it might be too late now.
No, for your final beer, you're going to want the pH higher, though. Is what we're saying.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How much baking soda?
Quarter teaspoon.
Yeah.
I would say you might lower your expectations on your conversion on this as far as your efficiency goes with it being that low. Maybe you'll be okay. But what do you think, Gary, you think that wheat will convert at that lower pH?
Well, I think you're right. His initial reading was probably a false low. It was probably much higher than that.
Yeah.
So when he added the lactic acid, and now the mash was probably trying to compensate. He said he's at 5.12. I mean, that's really not that bad.
Yeah, it's just below the range. What, 5.2 to 5.6, I think, is what the range is.
It's just under. And he's brewing a wheat beer, so it may not be perceivable, but you're right. It could have. I really don't know the effect it would have on the wheat. I know on the barley it would probably have a little bit of a
drop in efficiency.
Yeah, I think it's a drop in efficiency. Yeah. It'll be minuscule though. He was pretty close to the low end.
Yeah. At what point did you add the lactic acid, Nick? Was it like 15, 20 minutes into the mash, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe, I mean, because a lot of conversion takes place in that first few minutes, so you might be okay.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll take another reading in like 10 minutes and see where it's at.
Yeah. You added some baking soda?
Yeah, I did the quarter teaspoon.
Okay. Have you taken a gravity reading at all?
No, not yet. I usually wait until the end.
I got you.
I mean, depending on, today's a little bit different because I'm preoccupied talking to you guys and stuff. Yeah, usually I'm probably a little more vigilant.
No, like Tony Yates, that guy. It was funny because I was talking to him when we were doing our water video that we did with the Lamont Brew Lab stuff.
Yeah,
he would take a pH, or not a pH. Well, he would take a pH and a gravity reading like 4 or 5 times during the
In the future, I'll probably
4 or 5 times, huh?
Yeah, it's just funny. He's just crazy like that. And he would take a pH reading in the boil like a couple times. I don't know, funny.
That is funny.
Or have everybody come in, on my, and I figured I'd have everybody come in with the video, but not.
No, he must be on Zoom now.
Yeah.
Is that Mike?
Oh, Brian, and hey, let me walk you over. Brian is on us with the screen with Nick. But see if we can do a real good parallax here.
Oh, there's Matt.
Hey.
Here, we'll do. There's the ultimate parallax. It's that screen, on that screen, on that screen, on that screen.
Yeah. It's the infinity mirror.
Right. I'm gonna have to go here in about 5 minutes. I got a lot of cleanup to do and getting ready. I think I'm actually
So I
I'm
know
gonna brew on a system that I've never brewed on before today.
Are you? Oh, really? Which one?
My own.
Very cool.
But with a twist, because I've got a brew in a bag setup that's like 11-gallon kettle and a basket and all that stuff, a Bayou Classic. But I have not ever used the Blickman Brew Commander on a brew day. I've just done a video on setting it up and all that stuff. So I think I might use my own homegrown system with the Blickman Brew Commander and try to see how that goes.
rain, butter, start watering almost up.
Dang, 9 people.
I'm
Nice.
all about doing stuff for the first time live so people can see the train wreck.
You know what? You say that, but I feel like you
I was looking at my
you
recipe.
do really well with these systems.
Super blonde recipe. I'm like, wow, this is a low gravity beer I've done in like a year and a half.
I think it just comes from brewing on so many different ones that I can find out how they all behave somewhat similarly, and then if something goes wrong, I can usually adapt and pull it off.
Sure. Yeah.
I know, but that's just an idea of what big beers I've been brewing lately.
I would like to brew
Yeah, and I think Nick and Brandon are actually doing a version of that. It's one. It used to be one of my favorite. I started brewing blueberry blonde when I was living in Maine, and I could kind of keep the recipe, but then I've left it alone the last few iterations. And I've entered this thing into competitions, and it's done very well. Yeah, and I've got most of the PowerPoint done. I just need to plug in the numbers so I can get the statistics. Then I'll convert the PowerPoint.
Right.
Oh yeah, keep going back to that.
Yeah, we're supposed to have that.
Maybe he's gonna do it today.
I think we were low because we used spring water this time. Maybe that's what did it.
Yeah, maybe.
We usually do use distilled, but for this last few beers, it's been easier to get spring water for some reason.
That's not bad.
I mean, we'd rather use distilled, but yeah.
Let me in, Gary. I'm gonna try to blow this thing up here.
So I'm sorry, Brian. What was that?
I'm trying to join the Zoom at the same time as I'm watching this. I don't know if it'll do it or not.
Oh yeah, let me go over there.
Be on both at the same time. Let's see what happens.
He'll have the ultimate parallax echo.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, it is letting me do it. It's using the same camera feed for both.
Is it really?
It is, yeah, because I'm using the SparkoCam app to run my computer. Or run my camera.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let me see if I can.
So just so you know, when you come into the Zoom, I set up the channel to come in on video live, but muted so that you don't come in broadcasting.
That's
so you
cool.
have to mute. Yeah.
Hang on, I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna share my screen real quick so you guys can see this is funny. No, it's just sharing the StreamYard stream.
That's actually really cool if you left it like that.
How do I stop this?
How do I stop this?
I see 3 comments.
Yeah. One's never enough.
Right, exactly. Let me see if there's a way for me to share. Oh, there we share my screen. Okay, there we go. Can't. It won't work at the same. It won't leave Zoom open at the same time. But maybe it will. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. That's where I have it set up. Yeah.
On both at the same time. Too funny.
Oh shoot! I forgot to set up my iPad. Oh no, not iPad. Surface.
Now my computer's spinning up. It's like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. We got two things going at once here.
Glad you guys have all kinds of bandwidth.
Sorry, Gary. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to sign off here because I gotta get going. Oh, hey, Wally, he just jumped on there. I don't even know what I'm brewing yet. I'm gonna figure it out here in the next 4 hours. I'll come up with some kind of recipe and see what I come up with. I'm probably going to be leaning more towards an IPA than anything, but I gotta run, get everything cleaned up and cleared out, and get everything set up for brew day. So I will see you guys on the other side. I'll pop in if I have time.
Sounds good, man.
Come on, man. All right.
See you later.
Thanks for checking in this morning. That was awesome. That was a good conversation.
Fun. I had a good time. Thanks, Gary.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people, it would be like visiting houses, you know, people will pop in. Yeah. I know when Mike D comes in around 10, I think that's probably when most people will be, ready to start streaming in.
Oh.
So Matt, when are you brewing again?
I'm supposed to brew. I'm saying yesterday. It's my Thursday. I'm supposed to brew.
Hey, what's up, Wally? Hey, Dennis and Katie. They may have left already. Just getting my hops ready. We are about probably 5 minutes left until the mash. What I usually like to do with my system is, there we go. When the mash is done, then I'll ramp it up to 170 for 10 minutes. So that takes a little bit more time. Got an ounce of Centennial at 15 minutes and a half ounce of Hugh Melon at Flame Out. .3 pH, Gary. Boom.
Good. That was a good call then. That's right on the money.
Yeah, I'll take it. Thanks for the help. The only thing this room is missing is some form of cooling, or rather heating, this time of year. It's probably like 48 degrees down here. Could be probably a little bit warmer. I might have to hire Gare Bear to come in and put in a system for me. One of those split systems.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. What was that? I was talking to Matt on the other channel.
No, no worries. I was just chatting with my 8 people that are watching.
Well, let's see, 7 more than I have. Nice job.
Yeah, that's right. Don't go over to Gary's. Stay with me. Pick sides immediately.
Yeah.
All right. What's everyone else up to? There's 8 people watching, but there's only a few people commenting. We got Sexy Fexy, Brandon, Dennis and Katie were in here. I don't think they are anymore. Who else is in here watching? Rock On Beer Blog. I think he was here. We're back. I did an Irish goodbye and went to go get coffee. All right. Check out the mug. Kabbalah boom. For all you brew tubers. Buy it on the website. It supports the club. We don't get any money, but the club does. This was Brandon's genius. All right. All right, ramping up to mash out now. Hey, SJ Poor in the house. Brian, good call on the baking soda. I got up to 5.3 on the pH, so very cool. Appreciate that help. It was actually all Brian. Gary didn't help at all. Gary did nothing for that. Hey, this is a live stream. This is going up on my channel.
All right, I'm going to mute you again because I'm grinding more grains.
You don't have to mute me. Oh, well then, yeah, screw it. Mute me. What are you going to do?
Hey, you want to listen to my grains grinding?
I do. It's like, what's that term for it called when something is really relaxing, those noises that people make?
Oh, white noise.
No, there's a term for it, dumb Gary. I can't remember the term.
There's no fat shaming and there's no intelligent shaming.
All right, fair. That's fair. All right, fine. Gary imposed a rule, Brandon. We have to abide by it. So if you want to mute me, smart Gary, you're more than welcome. ASMR. Thank you, Brian. So to me, grind and grain is like ASMR.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was going to say SRM, but it's ASMR.
Yeah, Matt was calling it out on the other computer while you were saying it.
Oh, okay. Also, question to Brian, to SJ Poor. El Jefe is in the group today. I like that. When you guys are ramping up to mash out, do you include that in the 60-minute mash, or do you ramp up to mash out after the 60 minutes? And that's actually a question to Wally. Anybody else watching?
How long does it take you to ramp up?
I'm at 160 now, and I just did it a couple minutes ago, so probably maybe 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, then I would just I would stop recirculating it at 50 minutes and then just ramp and then sparge out.
I find the recirc heats it up quicker though, or at least it distributes the heat quicker.
Oh yeah, see, I don't know on those single vessel systems. So mine, it doesn't matter because I'm heating the HLT water.
Right, SJ. Once you hit the target temp, oh, you start the clock on the mash out. All right, yeah, I do the same thing, so I didn't know if other people had. But I can show you real quick. I wouldn't mind doing a tour of the brewery at some point, but this is what we're looking like right now. This is dangerous, but got the flow going pretty good. No rice hulls. We have found, as my glasses are all fogged up, we found that the rice hulls are more of a, hey, fainting goat. There we go. That's Jesse. I didn't know that. I'll have to add Jesse. Jesse followed us on YouTube the other day, so we'll have to follow him back, Brandon. But we found that rice hulls do nothing but give us problems in these single vessel systems. Ever since we stopped using rice hulls, we've had amazing flow. And it doesn't matter how many flaked adjuncts we use. We've used up to probably 2.5 pounds of flaked adjuncts with no issues. This is a Robo Brew El Jefe, but yeah, pretty much the same concept. Very simple Hefeweizen today. Very excited about it. Hopefully when the weather gets cooler out, it'll be nicer. What I'd really like to do is throw in some blueberries while I'm drinking it, not like during fermentation or anything. That seems to be pretty popular around here anyway. Yeah, Brian, and that's something that we hadn't done until we spoke to you about a month ago. Ooh, Rock On Beer Blog. I like it. 45% wheat. That's a lot. I feel like, Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like we've done about that or more, maybe an hour beers without rice hulls, but I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong. Gary is still muting us for some reason. And he's mixing something up. I think maybe a blueberry puree, maybe breakfast.
All right, grains are crushed.
Hey, Gary, question.
Really?
Maybe a question. Hey, there we go. Matt, Rec Brewery in the house.
Yeah, Matt said he was coming in, yeah. Question?
Yeah. How did you get to the 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda?
Because I asked you how much water you were using. It's just I don't know. I hate to say it, but just experience level playing around with this water stuff.
That could not have been a more unhelpful answer.
Just
experience. I mean, guess. All right, fair enough.
Well, because in the past, if I've overshot, I started with a real minuscule amount and worked my way up, and then keep checking it, and I'm like, oh, a quarter teaspoon works good for this, So I don't know.
Okay. I guess that's fair.
A lot of trial and error, buddy.
See, Gary's from the Northeast area, so I think he can handle my ball breaking a little bit.
Yeah.
So
I would suspect if you weren't busting my balls, I would, that you didn't really care for me.
that's how we know right. That's how you know I like it.
Yeah.
Brian said an educated guess as well, so that makes sense. So in the brewing water, which maybe we can, Brandon, we can take a look at the brewing water because that's what Brian uses. He thinks it's a lot more accurate. I wonder if there's a calculation. I wonder if there's a calculation for baking soda or something.
Yeah. The StreamYard it is delayed.
We wish you were too, Matt. Trust me.
It has to do StreamYard, then it has to send it to YouTube to live feed. So there's so some built-in latency there for sure. Yeah, it seems like a lot more though. It does. Like are you saying over there? Oh, you know what happened last time I was brewing? I broke my little step stool. I ordered a new one from eBay, but it's not here yet. So now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get to the mesh. Oh, yeah. I guess I got to break out a real step ladder. That sucks. Oh no, I have my wife's short person closet ladder. Hang on, I'll be right back.
All right, timer is set. 10 minutes for the mash out. Well, Brian said it's a lot more accurate. And if it can give us more options and make it more accurate, then I'm all for it. Because ultimately, him and Gary were probably right about our initial reading being off because when we added that baking soda, it bumped it right up. I didn't even know that we could add baking soda and bump it up. So I like that. And we have plenty of baking soda. For some reason, when we bought the house, they left us the fridges, which was nice, but they left baking soda open in the fridges. I'm sure that gets rid of smells. That's why they did it. I can still hear the music, even though Gary doesn't want it. Also, I'm going to try something different today. At the advice of Brian a few months ago and Wally yesterday, I'm going to take these vents out, and I'm going to utilize my hood vent in an open area and see if that helps. I did it once some time back, and I didn't really feel like it helped that much. Brian suggested it, but I'm going to try it again and maybe move keep the Robo Brew at a fairly low level. See how that works.
All right.
I guess we'll try that and see how it goes.
I don't know why, but for some reason I guess you're filming wherever you have the other one on.
Yeah.
It's clear over there.
Well, because I'm not using the, well, it's a better camera for one. The camera on my phone is better than the one on the computer. I'm using Mobile's package. But I still only have like 1.5 bars out here.
Good news is the Firmzilla is already clean.
Absolutely.
But what I'm going to do now is go upstairs. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to get a new batch of food grade sanitizer. Nice hot batch. It's just cold down here, and I'm cold, and I just, if I'm going to be touching water, I want it to be hot. So I'll be right back.
Yeah, that seems like not enough greens. I know. I was thinking I had to put a ceiling fan in so I wasn't sweating my balls off all day. Wow, that barely covers the temperature probe. Yeah, I think if I'm going to do this in the future, I'm going to get a larger camera and do some better quality. I think this camera that's working with hot top is good.
How am I coming through on your side?
Oh yeah, it's crystal clear. Looks great. Yeah.
It's not expensive. I think I spent maybe $50 on it. So.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Oh, Nick brought his music back up. Huh. I'm gonna take my video.
All right. How do we manage even more people since I left? Yeah, man, I don't have a way to heat my basement right now. So I'm looking into like a split system, but those can get pretty expensive. So 10 to 8, come on, guys. So yeah, I got to find a way to more adequately heat. I've tried like a space heater, and a room this size is just, it's not going to work. Humble brag.
Hey, Matt, can you hear me? Yeah, so I don't know if you were on the conversation with Brian earlier, but do you heat up your water, your strike water in your boil kettle or your HLT? Yeah, okay. That's
I heat it up in I have a mash and boil. Mash and boil I heat it up in.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I have two all-in-one systems, so I just use those. Yeah, Matt, here it's probably 49 degrees, which, I mean, I'll take it. It's 42, so a little colder, but I feel like people in the Northeast, our blood is probably a little bit, is it thinner?
Thicker?
Is it thicker? If our blood's a little bit thicker? Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I know what you meant. Now who's intelligent shaming?
What'd you say, Gary Bear?
I said, now who's intelligent shaming?
That's right. But I know it comes from a good place. All right. We are ready to go.
Where, on Discord? Are you running the Discord server right now?
Yeah, I run all the time.
Okay.
So there's probably 10 people now.
Okay. Well, send them the link to this Zoom if you want.
No, send them to my channel.
AFK, so they're probably.
Oh, I got you.
They joined and went to bed. Like, someone have to group. Why is they can't get anything or something.
Oh, okay.
So somebody just has to allowance for new people join. Now that we sent that link out, there's going to be more people coming. I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Hokey Number joined last night too.
Oh, we did?
Yep, he's on there.
Oh.
Dennis Penn joined as well.
Okay, yeah. They're west. Is he more? Where is he at? No, he's in Ohio, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just another avenue or platform to keep everybody connected.
I'm hoping that we can bring some of these other chats.
Got a sample in the freezer right now. I'm gonna get free below gravity, and then go from there.
Transition whoever's in there into this.
There's so many good Action Bronson songs coming on right now. I can barely hear them. Gary and Brian did their complaining, and it's a shame. It's a damn shame.
Yeah, but you know what it sounds like on this end?
What's that?
A tin can with echoes.
That's exactly what I was going for, Gary. God damn it.
Matt, was that a delayed laugh?
Oh yeah, Matt, you're from Pennsylvania, so you guys definitely get cold weather down there, over there.
Yeah, so Matt's on the other, he's on Zoom, but he's listening to you, so there's like a 30-second delay on your broadcast to mine.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Is Brandon still here, or did he leave?
I think he's gone, unless he's in the chat group.
That's what I'm asking. He might be in the chat group.
I can't see the chat group for some reason. Oh, that's because I'm not on YouTube. I'm on the actual stream. So
You're on the yeah, so that's what we found when we tested it, is if you're on the actual stream, you can't see a live chat group.
Oh, SJ's trying to come in on the other channel. On this channel. Yeah. So SJ, you can come in muted, so you'll have to unmute, okay, buddy?
And that's one thing wrong with the software, Gary, but if utilized correctly, if we can find other ways to utilize it, I think it could be a good software for us.
Yeah. You're muted, SJ. Let's see. Yeah. I can. All right, now I can hear you probably.
Action Bronson is not mumble rap. Google. You could say he's nonsense rap, but he's not mumble rap. Yeah, maybe on the next stream, Matt, maybe I'll set up, we have a microphone, so maybe I'll set up the microphone for the next stream, but we'll see.
He's hooked up. He's hooked to all the streaming. He ain't going to bed. He is on certainly good group to get wrecked with. Huh? Well, I can actually start recording right now and pause, but yeah, I can start recording. And then I can put it up on the. I can edit it out, and put it up on YouTube. So if you're on Nick's YouTube stream, then yes, but that's not getting recorded. I don't know. Does that stream get recorded? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're all done with this. Just be posted.
All right, so numbers. Pre-boil is at
Yeah, I'm on
0.66.
but this going because I said I was.
So when I add the sparge water, we're going to want it to get somewhere in the range of 0.43, which I doubt. I think we're going to be high, which is fine. It means that we're extracting more sugar. So
Yeah, was it easy to take your?
but that's sparge. Let's do it. Back this thing up so you see all that.
Well, I think it's unlimited, and then I think after that we're limited to only a 45-minute time pack. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 40 minutes to take care of people, but you still got a time stop. I'm 40 minutes.
Yeah, but BrewTubers is doing the paid version yesterday, so yeah, so you guys can use it for whatever. I don't need to be part of that. Like if you guys need to use a closed session, you don't have to. No, it's paid for by club funds. By the time you need things from Rec Brewery into the
Now we're sparging. Brandon must have.
So, right now, yeah, the free one is 100 participants, unlimited one-to-one meeting, 40 minutes. Is the Pro?
Yeah, it's the $14.95 a month version. Yeah, and this version does stream to YouTube as well. It'll stream like StreamYard does to YouTube, and it'll also stream to Facebook. But I talked to Matt this morning. I really don't have the bandwidth to do that here. Somebody else would have to host it.
All right, Brandon. Yeah, you're here at 9:05. Anyway, if you could go into the hops spreadsheet
Oh, I think
and get rid of 2016 Centennial. 8.4% alpha acid.
I was telling Gary earlier, our local club uses the subscription for the last few months, but now that everybody's stepping out, they're talking about doing our local club. And that's not if you're going to start late this month. That's a good.
Gary, where are you at?
People are going to be checking in now.
I'm gonna be underletting. I've been kind of futzing around a little bit, but I'm gonna start underletting now. Yeah. I think I'm gonna get another cup of coffee and grab something. All right, SJ. All right. Quick, Matt. I need math.
I'll try.
All right. 16 quarts.
I said the brain is starting to wind down that bad.
16 quarts and convert it to liters. I think it's probably like 15 point something.
Beaver Dog Brews. What's going on, man? Feel free to, if you want to jump in my video, I can pop you on here. Or if you're doing your own live stream, then feel free to send us the link. Brandon's very excited. Happy Brew Day. That's right. Brandon would be here if not for what's been going on with coronavirus.
There we go. You're unmuted now, buddy. Well, we had Brian on earlier, so people have been popping in. We had SJ on, so people will pop in, pop out. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to mute, that's fine. That's what I do. I press line.
Oh, live 10 a.m. I love it. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I assume.
I got Mike Dean and Breck, and I have SJ over on the other channel. But SJ is going to grab some grub this morning, and then he'll be back on, popping in and out of rooms.
Cool. Gary, you are. Oh, never mind. So Beaver Dog, when you send the link, throw it up on BrewTuber's Facebook page so people can follow it. Also, you have the option of joining Gary Fortin on his on Zoom. BrewTubers now has a Zoom channel, so feel free. Oh, okay, cool. Sounds good, Beaver Dog. Kind of weird to call you Beaver Dog. I'd love to know your first name. Probably go with that. Chris. Perfect.
I do love the smell of grains in the morning. Smells like victory. Yeah, right. Smells like victory malt.
Yep, Matt is very correct. If you find that you just want to throw the link to your brew day, Chris, you can throw it up in the thread, or you can just make your own thread and put it up. Either way, as long as people see it. Hopefully more people join in. Hopefully more people watch the stream, because there's actually some really good information that was given from Gary and Brian in terms of Brandon and I's process that I think a lot of people could take into consideration. The workshop, studio, and microbrewery. What's going on, man? What is your name? We should wear these digital name tags. My name is... I'm probably on the back end of sparging. I'm a morning brewer. That's something that people in the club know about me. Leo, very cool, man. Nice to meet you. Yeah, so it's 9:15. This could be the first time I might be done by noon. Usually my brew days our brew days are probably in the 8-hour range, but on brew day, we like to do a clean water sanitizer scrub of the Robo Brew and stuff like that, which takes a long time. So today I did not do that because I did it last week in anticipation of brewing, and I just didn't end up brewing. So everything was already clean. So I came down here, threw the water in, popped the temp, took a shower. When I came down, everything was pretty much good. So that saves a lot of time. Brian, his name's not Beaver Dog, it's Chris. Get it right. Matt is not brewing.
Matt is living vicariously through us.
He is.
Until he passes out. Woo! Hit my number right on the money. Okay. In go the brewing salts. What's that?
What'd you hit your number?
150. Although this might lower it a tad, but anyway.
What, your pH?
No, 150 my temp.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, we're actually, Brandon and I have been talking a little bit about getting a Herm system. They just look so cool. That's right, Brian, these mitts. Guys get the biggest hands in the group.
Yeah, that little sample glass you see him drinking out of, that's a real size glass.
What are you drinking?
No, when you see Brian sampling a beer and he's got those little, look, this is Brian. Hang on.
Right.
This is Brian holding a sampler glass, except it's a real size glass for Brian.
You know, people often talk about Andre the Giant. Nobody talks about Brian from Short Circuited. I'm probably about a gallon off of my sparge, so I'm going to continue going until we hit our desired volume. And then this thing's already ramping up to boil.
Yeah, that'll probably fix it.
If Brandon were here, we'd already be putting foam cap in this thing, firm cap. Brandon's obsessed with the firm cap.
Brandon doesn't want the boil over, that's why.
Gary, we never boil over.
Yeah, I never boiled over either until Ben and I brewed, and then him and I boiled over because we were chatting. And since then, I've boiled over 2 more times.
Have you really?
It jinxed me. Yeah, that's better, Mike. Great, my neighbor decided to mow his lawn.
Hey, Brian, stupid question. Do you think, is there a way to check, Brian, is there a way to check volume on this Robo Brew without having to pick up the malt pipe every time? I think that they sell a modification. We may have to get that, Brandon. Yeah, that's a good call, Chris. I'm sparging right now, Matt. But every time I want to look at the volume, I got to pick it up and take a peek. Oh, interesting. That's good to know, Chris.
I'm sorry, did somebody say something? Yeah, he's like an hour ahead of me.
Sorry, Brian, I didn't. Egyptian water level, I have no idea what that means. Hook a hose to the spigot, open the valve. How would that tell me? With the hose up on the side where the numbers are. Yeah, that makes sense. We got the jacket on the Robo Brew. That's why I didn't know what you were saying. But we're pretty much there. But yeah, that's something good for the future, I think.
Can't wait to have my first beer. It is. Yeah, no, it's the end of your day. You can have a beer now. Oh. All right, let's start the mash timer. Special. Mash timer first.
The other question is, Josh, what's going on, man? Nan Bear Pig 1122334455. I love it. Thanks for joining, bro. The jacket does Velcro. We could just pop it off. Yeah. I only got 2 liters left, so I'll just measure it out and do it that way. I don't really know. We don't know if the Velcro jacket works super well, but Josh, if you saw the beginning of my stream, I mentioned that there were probably some club members that got a little too swirly last night. Yeah, I think SJ has that effect on people, probably. I'm looking forward to your stream, Josh, so you better still be brewing today.
Is the Man Bear Pig on, or?
Man Bear Pig is on. Peerview Brewing is active.
Wow, he's probably still wiping the eye boogers out of his eyes right now, I would imagine.
Yeah, I said he's pretty hungover.
Yeah.
I had some Imperial Stout I wanted to drink yesterday, but the format, we had bomber bottles, so I would pour myself half, and then I'd run across the street and leave it with some with some cellophane wrap, leave it on my neighbor's doorstep for him to grab, and then we would text about it. That was our way of social distance drinking yesterday. Yeah, we don't usually take the jacket off before chilling either, but maybe I'll do it this time and see if it makes a difference.
Ah, nice. What do you got there, Matt? Yes, I was drinking on that secret myself yesterday.
Is Matt sipping on some beer right now, Gary?
Hang on, Matt. What's that?
Is Matt sipping on some beer right now?
Yeah, because he says it's the end of his work shift. He works nights, so he's.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I used to do the same thing when I worked overnight.
Yeah, when I used to work third shift, and we used to go to, there was a bar that was always open for like third shifters. And we'd go in there at 7 a.m, start drinking.
Yeah, I bet. You'd stumble out of there at 9:30 in the morning. People would think you were fucking alcoholic.
Yeah, the cops never stopped you because it's 9:30 in the morning.
Right.
You probably shouldn't have said that. Yeah. Yeah, I think we are recording. In fact, you just reminded me I probably should pause that recording.
We are recording.
Yeah, I'm recording intermittently on the other stream.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't even want to show it. I don't know if I'll show you my round 2 beer in case you will. If I did, it would be a dead giveaway. Oh yeah, for you, but for me, it might. Yum, yum. It tastes like Citra and Centennial. Yeah. I got Andrew Cooper coming in. Andrew.
Just getting the last bits of the sparge, and this thing's already ramping up the boil, so we're gonna get going.
Andrew's trying to connect.
I love this table. It's expensive. It's probably on more on the expensive side, but it's got wheels on it. Hydraulic.
Yeah. The camera, the only thing I can control. So you can turn your camera on. Would be just on the camera. But I can use it if I need to.
Got a lot of people watching. I think like 9, which I'll take.
Yeah, we already had the water chemistry conversation.
All right, 200 degrees here, so I'm going to take the malt pipe out to the garden, take the spent grain. I find that it lays nicely and it holds a protective layer during the winter. And hopefully it'll give the dirt some nutrients, the soil, so when we want to plant some vegetables, we can do it. Sorry you couldn't join us, Matt. Maybe we'll do it next time. We'll be able to join us, brother. I'll be right back.
Yeah, and besides that, Nick, you can feed the deer, so when I come up to see you, I can shoot one.
That's a good call. I want some of the meat if you do that. All right. Hey, everybody needs a day off every now and then, Matt. Yeah, we'll definitely give plenty of warning this time. I think from SJ, Josh's, and my standpoint, we wanted to get something up and running as soon as possible just because of everything that's been going on. So the hope is, if they're successful, we'll continue to do them more often. So
Andrew was not able to.
Gary's disappeared on me.
Hey, I'm listening, Nick.
I'm over here, buddy. I've got people joining the other channel. I'm trying to get them connected.
I know, you're so popular. How do people keep up?
Yeah, okay.
How many do you got now?
I only got 7.
Oh, I'm getting there. I got 4.
7, it's an important 7.
Looks like the workshop is today.
I'm about to turn the vent on.
People haven't tested.
Tell me I'll turn down the speed, but
For me, it prompted me
in order to keep this place as pristine as it is, gotta use the vent.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing like. Yeah, and you can stream with this pro version to YouTube like. I just don't know if I have the so I just want to try it. Oh, I don't have fiber, dude. I have DSL. Correct. 0.5 upload.
My assumption is there's probably some people that are still sleeping. So hopefully the viewership increases as the day goes on. It is only 9:30 on the East Coast after all.
Yeah, in some form. Been through all those iterations.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm just waiting for SpaceX to get that satellites constellation.
We're using cable numbers for us.
Oh yeah. They filed bankruptcy. Yeah. I figured. Yeah, so I think the Starlink is going to be fantastic. Yeah, they kept their factors.
No. Rock on earplug. That's awful, man. I don't mean to laugh. That is awful. That stinks.
Are you mashing in yet, Mike?
Yeah, you're right, Matt. That could be a good little schedule there, which was completely unintentional. I think we were trying to stagger them, and we weren't really getting them. Christian, what's going on, man? Denmark, very cool. 10 gallons of Saison, homegrown hops. What kind of hops did you use, brother? Very cool. Denmark, loving it. One of my favorite places ever that I've ever been. My favorite place I've ever been is Norway, and Denmark is on my list. Saz, very cool, man. Very cool. At about 205 degrees now, so still waiting to get up to 10. I need to catch up on some cleaning at some point. So far, so good on the vent.
lot of space down here.
Firmzilla is all clean, good to go. Oh, very cool.
Okay, wow.
Got two guys talking about being from Europe. Love that. $206. We're getting there. Now, I may have to do it like this more often. Being able to just come down, throw the strike water in. It's pretty sweet. Like I say, usually we have like a cleaning process, but I cleaned last week, so I didn't need to do it. But this brew day is going significantly significantly smoother than some of the other ones in terms of timing. And we ran into pH issues, so very cool. This is for Brian. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of lube for the collection container for Brian. He was freaking out on my last post when Brandon and I did our how-to on the Firmzilla. Only a scotch. Only a scotch. I have found that this does help take the collection container off, which is nice.
My guess is NHC.
That's one of the reasons
Yes, Brian, for you. I think I was putting too much grease on it when I was doing my how-to, our how-to. At 212, we're pretty close. Almost there. I think our hot break's starting to dissipate.
Yeah. Well,
Let me show you guys what we're looking like right now.
I've had a few people try to join, but they I don't know if they're having problems with their video. It's weird.
My video?
No, on the Zoom. Like they try to join and they can't turn their video on or something, then they leave.
Is there a limit?
No, it's 100 people. Well, yeah, there's a limit, 100 people.
And with the paid service, how much time do we get?
You can go 24 hours straight if you wanted to.
Is when you leave, how does that work?
Well, that's the problem. I have it set up where you can join without me being there, but I don't know if you have any controls over the room, so
I wonder if you
there
can
has to be a hook.
admin, so when you leave, they can take control.
Yeah, what I would do is have to start a new meeting though.
Oh, okay, so you can't assign someone like control over the room and then leave.
Nah, I don't think so.
That stinks.
Yeah, I think in the next up paid version, you can have like that feature perhaps, but not in the one we have.
I thought we had oh, really? Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So we do have
there's different tiers. We're in the first paid version.
Okay.
Yeah, how bad is it now? Wow. I suspect as people start waking up and using the internet, it will get worse.
All done with the PHP?
Yeah.
It's pretty responsive.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the latency that's built in for StreamYard pushing it over to YouTube.
I think it's a good service if everybody was in there together.
Yeah.
But we have multiple seeking
Move the laptop here for a bit.
But I agree with Mike. I think this is better.
Yeah. And you know, somebody else was hosting. They could certainly stream it up to YouTube.
Almost there. I think I'm going to bump up the temp 2 degrees just to see it get a little bit more of a rigorous boil.
I don't think I would have enough viewers.
Yeah.
I find when I go 214, it'll max out at like 212. But if I go up
for the
between 213 and 214, which is, even though those little degrees seem to get a better boil.
Like that. At some point, I'll have to get back to the electrical outlet.
Well, could you have like a
Not quite there yet.
Yeah, I could do that. You're right.
That's good. That's good.
See if I can get the mic.
Starting to clear out a little bit though.
Oh, that's in the frame. There we go. There.
Yeah, I noticed you're still wearing the lapel mic. Is that a one for anything?
No, actually, probably take it off. I use it.
It's you started me thinking about it, and then Brian directed me forever. So the two of you guys really helped me out. Right?
Yeah, audio's big. I mean, a lot of people won't complain about if you have shitty audio. Some people might, but what just happens is they come in and then they leave before the video's done. They just get tired of trying to hear on it.
Yeah, so I thank you for that.
So 60-minute boil. I'm going to start right now.
The one you suggested, I ended up picking the one that Brian suggested, but I sat there and looked at it.
I'm going to add a timer
From a long-term investment standpoint.
Yeah.
for
That suggested a little more money.
15 minutes. We're going to dump in the hops.
Nice. I don't know if you watched
Oh,
it.
and then I should add one for the yeast nutrient.
We haven't had a chance to yet, Matt.
Yeah, when you get a chance.
We'll do that at the 10-minute mark.
Well, there was a couple of things that were the deciding factor for me. It wasn't so much the quality because you don't know that you're yourself, right?
Yeah.
I thought your audio quality was just as fine as Brian. So that wasn't a selling one for me. It was selling me to get confused. No, I didn't have to worry about the batteries. Setting it up each time, it just automatically pairs itself with the phone. So I don't even need to use the adapter.
Oh, wow.
It makes it really easier. I'll show you. It's from here. So it looks like this, right?
Yeah.
Right, and then you just take the phone.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's real easy. So that's ultimately what the deciding factor was for me. It just
So Brandon might have been right. I felt like I might have almost boiled over, so I paused it and grabbed some firm cap just in case.
Which one? I don't know if I would call it negative, but it's one different thing. This one, I've been told that it has a lower end sound to it.
Yeah.
So like the one that you suggested would sound more like the sunset. Whereas that one, a lot of people said that Brian sounds lower. It's like right.
But we hit the hot break and no firm cap and we're good to go.
So I don't know. I mean, it sounds okay to me. It could be higher, but it sounds okay.
Yeah.
So, and then he suggested some stuff with lighting too. So I'm gonna want a couple of lights, and I have one of them pointed straight up in the ceiling in the garage.
Yeah.
The other one's right behind me.
Yeah.
They probably look like box lights, like these little shop lights.
Yeah.
And it lights the other side of it. So the only thing I need to do is figure out some way to light it.
The what? Oh, the kettles. Yeah, yeah. Yes.
A nice little boil going. Probably be slightly more rigorous, but I think we'll build up to that.
I want to put like an LED shop light or something over the kettle. So
Sure.
concern though is when you're boiling all that condensation on it, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Light up there.
What I did in Massachusetts is I had one of those like drop lights, but they're fluorescent, or they're actually LED. They're about that long, and then it had hooks on it. So then I would just hook it up to the rail, the garage door rail, and then just plug it in over the brewery.
You didn't have to worry about the steam or anything like that.
No, because it's sealed. It's one of those shop ones. Those actually, I think, I still have it. It's in that right there, on all my tools, but it's it was LED.
Thanks,
and
Jerry.
it was completely sealed unit, so it could get into like if you were working around fuel and fuel sprayed on it, it would catch fire like that. So I had that above. I would just hang it on the garage door rails because that's where I was brewing, right, pretty much above my rails.
That's where I'm at. That's exactly where I'm at. Yeah, so I might look into that. I was thinking of something like that would be either watertight or some kind of sealed unit.
Yeah.
So if they're not expensive, that's not.
No, they're not. You can get them at like AutoZone or any of those places. Yeah, each time I brewed, I would just hang it on the rails, plug it in, because I would just send the cord over to the side on the garage door rail, so you wouldn't see it. I mean, you would if it depended on the camera angle, but it wouldn't be way my way. It would be off to the side.
This is how we chill. So when the time comes, I'm going to plug in one side of the wort chiller.
Yeah.
The Robo Brewer.
Yeah, when I was brewing that night in Massachusetts, that's the setup I had.
Plug it up to the pump. Pump will run it through the ice water. Bring it right back in. Perfect for temp control.
Brian, about the video, what people come to see when they drop off and that sort of thing.
Yeah, the analytics.
Right, so I was looking at and I thought it was interesting. Granted, I have a smaller audience side compared to his side, but for me.
So we got a little bit of dripping, but so far the good news is it's not going in the beer. It's actually in the back of the bag.
Huh.
So, I mean, I know like the real entities probably don't know within the brewery room. But yeah, the top three are my three product reviews.
My top three, one of my top three is the most shittiest video I probably ever did. And what it is I don't know if it's the title or what, but it was actually a video for hockey player. A little bit more. I'm not doing YouTubing anymore, but he was having a question about plumbing and flow of the Herm system. So I did a really shaky video with my phone and my finger pointing at the hoses and showing it going. That has more views than any probably the other videos.
But was it a useful video?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, he found it educational, but it was for I guess it is Herm. So Yeah. And he was curious about switch hoses in the middle of the brew. Three-way valves, man. That's switching hoses. I recommend.
I had done. I think recently, I was reviews from people, Brian, for example, of getting these products to test. I thought, well, that'd be cool if I ever got one. And sure enough, Nick very shortly after that reached out to me and said, "You want to test this out?" So I reviewed 2 of their thermometers and one of the beer gun.
Yeah. So
those 3 are top.
right. So you have to consider why, right? So there are companies that are asking you to review their products, and then they're using their social media might to push your video out because so you're getting some residual. Yeah.
Anyone else on? What else are we doing here? Looks like we got some people in the room, but I think maybe we're all brewing and preoccupied. I know Josh is still probably laying in bed hungover. That's all right, man. We've all been there.
Problem trying to get in.
You start to cut out, Gary.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to move my computer closer. That's why I had it where I had it, because it's closer to the Wi-Fi source. Still hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, you're breaking up.
Yeah. The internet connection is unstable. Okay, let me get closer to where it was before. Yeah.
Hang on, Gary.
You make sure the daughter unit isn't using the internet.
I'm sharing the link with the chat there.
Okay. Oh, yeah, somebody just picked it up. Big dog, big dog. He tried and he just dropped off. There he is. Now she's coming in tearing him off too. There we go. Unmute. There you go. You should be on now, buddy. Hey,
Cleaning up the grain mill.
hey Dave, how are you? Oh, yeah, you and I are right about the same spot. I got 27 minutes left on my match. My name's Gary. We got Matt on here. Oh, nice. You have a channel? Okay. Well, no worries. Not for doing. Totally understand. Oh, okay. Okay.
So for those of you wondering,
Probably see more people.
we have rubber matting.
How's the connection?
Or just in case any leaks or anything else, which we've had, even though this area is fairly good. And then I lay a towel down over the grain mill so all the grain doesn't here.
Yeah, how's the lighting? Yeah.
Trying to work not hard.
I wonder if I can make you an admin, or at least have control. Oh, is it?
Yeah, I got work 8 hours. I would love to hang around as long as I can. So I'm gonna pay for it later.
Yeah, I did that the other night. Stayed up till like midnight, setting up everything.
Oh, nice, Jerry.
Went to bed and got up at 5.
Can't wait to read that, man.
5-hour rest.
And so we're about 30 minutes into the boil, making good time. It's only 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So you do like Wally,
Got the sample for official pre-boil. Let's see what it looks like.
Yeah,
even though we're social distancing, maybe we do something like that.
Yeah, Mike and I have done this before. I've actually done it with Tony Gates when we were brewing a long time ago. We
Yeah, I
set.
remember seeing that on his videos.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how often you do it, but maybe I'm brewing this week. I'm thinking maybe we'll do something.
So I'm off Wednesday through Saturday, so I could certainly brew again anytime after that.
I'm off for a week. Wait for you. Do it on the same day.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you want to brew that quickly here right now. So.
Yeah, I mean, I can brew again. I'll probably have to use a Kavike yeast just because I don't have any freezer space, freezer space left in it.
I'm holding that one to let me go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm holding that for when the temperature's right. But what I like is right to is
So we wanted to hit 044. For pre-boil, we hit 053.
I'm trying to unmute Dave there.
So we're high, which is,
You're up.
as you can see, nailing down our efficiencies is still a little bit of a work in progress.
See your brewery.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'd rather be higher than lower.
I'm looking at the sky. Garage brewers, yeah. That was actually one of the ones you wrote. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh nice. Looks like a nice day. Where are you at?
I'm in Rochester, New York.
Oh yeah. Looks like a nice day up there. I guess we'll take that. Yeah. I'm brewing a blueberry blonde. I've brewed this quite often, but I haven't brewed it in a few years, so I figured it's time.
So we're 10 points. We wanted to be at 043. We're at 053.
Biggest account, I guess.
And we hit our volume. It says we're going to have a 97% mash efficiency. That can't be right, but if it is, that's bananas. Obviously, by far the highest we've ever had. I'm doing a blueberry Hefeweizen as well, Jerry, and I'm using extract. I'm not sure which extract, but I know I'm using it.
Sometimes I wish I had the weather you guys saw up there. Yeah, I came from Pennsylvania, so I love the snow. I don't get any of that.
Where you at, Nicky boy?
I just did my pre-boil. Explain something to me.
Yeah.
You got 30 minutes left in the boil. I took a pre-boil, but not. I took the sample, right as I was boiling. But right now I'm 30 minutes in. I just did a measurement of it. I'm 10 points above, and I have a 97% mash efficiency.
You must have mismeasured some grains or something.
I can't imagine I did.
It has to be.
I mean, I've been above. I'm routinely above my efficiency.
Yeah, but almost 100%.
That mash efficiency is insane.
Yeah, I think that's. I don't think that's mathematically possible.
Yeah, very weird, but whatever.
Yeah. Oh, brewtubers.com. Yeah. Oh, this is another shirt. I don't know if it's on the back. Although this was one of the first ones I ordered, so it's a little too small. It's kind of baby gap on me.
So is this stuff coming out of your garage, Gary? Because it says it's
Yeah. No. I don't know why it says that. Yeah, but I don't know why. It doesn't come from me. It comes from a third party vendor. Yeah, doing ion-on transfers.
well, it's pumpkin says.
Yeah. All right. That's where we at. All right, Cinderella. All right. Hey, Dave, what are you brewing? Yeah, no worries, Matt. Thank you for staying so long. Oh, that's fine.
Thanks, guys. Happy Community Brew Day, everybody.
Thanks, Rob.
Go Brew Tubers.
What do you think, Dave?
I'm brewing, you guys have reviewed my buddy, Dennis from
Yeah.
It's 10 a.m. here. Is anyone drank it yet, other than Matt?
Oh, nice. Wow, that's gonna be a long day. Okay. Oh yeah. Smells good. Smells good.
Oh, actually, I'm not halfway through. I have 39 minutes left in my boil.
Okay.
I have 24 minutes left until the first hop drop, and then 29 minutes left until I throw out my yeast nutrient.
So where are you at on your, you said
Good luck, Matt.
your gravity?
What'd you say?
Where are you at for your gravity?
053.
And that was your pre-boil.
Yeah. And the sample is cold. It's the right temperature. I mean, I have an ATC anyway, so It should the range to measure it is wide, so that the temperature, the reading's not off.
Huh. Yeah. Boy, that's
No bittering on the Hefeweizen, Jerry. That was Brandon's call. I'm sure if he's still on the chat, he can explain it. But he was the one that suggested the hops, everything related to hops. But yeah, 0.53, 7.15 gallons. I mean, I'll take it regardless. I was shooting for 0.43, so
yeah.
I would probably agree that 97% mash efficiency is pretty bananas, but I'm just happy to be above my numbers. I'd rather be above than below. I'm not a fan of adding like DME and stuff like that in the boil. I'd rather be above my numbers. No whirlpool, no dry hop. We're doing 2 late additions. We're doing an ounce of Centennial at 15 minutes and half an ounce of the Hume Melon at Flame Out. And then I'm going blueberry extract. My goal was to get the sweetness of the malt playing with the blueberry extract. So I didn't want to even use that. I didn't want to use it, too many times.
No, not you, Brian.
And Hefeweizens aren't generally supposed to be overly bitter, so
I'm muting your
kind
audio.
of like a fruit bomb, pretty much, not from the hop. Yeah, Jerry, you're damn right. It's cool, baby. You're damn right.
Oh yeah, what are you brewing? It gets in there. Huh. Yeah. Huh. So what is that? Is that a 10-gallon system? Yeah. Oh shit, that's a lot. Yeah.
All right. Hey, what's up, Brady? Utilizing a Robo Brew.
Might be fast.
Let's see. Utilizing a Robo Brew and then a mash and boil to heat the sparkling. That's what we do. And then over here, I have my grain mill. We actually got it off of Woody's before they ran out of business. Before they went out of business.
Like everybody else, you probably have a shit ton of
And
probably brew.
motorized grain mill, but our motor went to shit, so we got a new motor for free before they went out of business, and we just haven't set it up yet. So now I utilize my drill, and with the drill, I feel like I get a much faster, maybe cleaner crush.
Well, I got about 11 minutes
Motor.
of mash.
We might plug in the motor anyway. We don't know yet. I think. I don't know what Woody's has to do. I don't know if he's looking to get it back up and running at some point or what his plan is. He was asking me if I knew anybody that was interested in buying the business, but I actually could probably reach out to him and see if that's something he's looking to do in terms of liquidating. Give you guys an idea of what the grain bill for this beer looks like. we went pretty traditional, 4 pounds of Pilsner, and then where we kind of went not necessarily off the rails, but it's not necessarily to style, is we did 1 pound and 3/4 of pale two-row because the pale wheat that I was supposed to get for more beer didn't end up coming in with my order, so I just had to substitute. 1 pound of Carafol, 1 pound of Vienna from a local maltster called Valley Malt here in Massachusetts. 1 pound of Fireman pale wheat malt that we did end up getting with the order. We wanted to use 2 pounds of that and didn't get to. 1 pound of white wheat and 8 ounces of acidulated malt and 4 ounces. I want to get some nice sweetness from the honey malt. So
I have a couple of these, but
a lot of honey malt lately, utilizing a lot of 50-50 on our base grains for our beer. So we usually do 50-50 of two-row, and what we found to taste the best on our New Englands is 50-50 of two-row and Golden Promise. So we've also done Maris Otter as well, and we really like that too. But the beer that finished second in our local homebrew competition, we actually had 50-50 Golden Promise and two-row on that New England IPA. So that may be the base that we move forward with as we keep brewing New Englands. Hey, Gary.
yes, sir.
Let's hear your malt bill.
Oh yeah, it's just blueberry blonde. It's mostly two-row. Hang on. Okay, so it's blueberry blonde, 9 pounds, 11.5 ounces of two-row, 13.5 ounces of white wheat malt, 5.2 ounces of biscuit malt, 4.3 ounces of Carapils.
Oh, interesting. Biscuit malt. I haven't used that in a while.
Yeah, you could substitute aromatic. It's the same stuff, I believe. Yeah.
What made you not want to go for a sweeter malt instead of the two-row? I find two-row to be like super bland. Like we had to start going 50-50 on our beers with like Golden Promise, Maris Otter, something sweeter.
Yeah.
So we were finding that it was just our beers were coming out kind of one-dimensional.
Yeah, that's why I add the wheat only to, even though this ends up being a clear beer, I add the white wheat malt for head retention and a little bit of mouthfeel. And it does add a little bit of the sweetness to the beer too. So yeah, looking at the recipe, when I said 150, I was like, oh crap, no, it's supposed to be 152. So I ramped it up quickly to 152. But what I was going to say about this. Oh yeah, I add real blueberries to this beer, and plus I use USO 4, so it's a little more fruity and not drying out like 05. So
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, it will. I mean, it depends how much you add, but yeah, it does absolutely color the beer. Yeah. Yeah. Well, for me, it just turned it a slight hue of somewhere between blue and pink.
All right, so we got 9 people watching. That's sweet. Give me a few minutes. Hey,
I've done that quite a few
hey,
times.
Pico in the house. My boy. My boy I've never met that I'm dying to meet. I'm going to go upstairs real quick, clean out the malt pipe and the sink, but I'm going to be right back. So stick around.
The secondary too.
Hey, Gary.
After truth,
Yeah, right. Gary's got a question, so hopefully you can answer. I just add blueberry extract, but Gary's adding real blueberry.
If you put it in at high 1,000, maybe it does extract more of the color. Brian, are you live streaming?
Beer Lord, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining. Still moving along on this. Let's see how much time we have. 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I've got 6 minutes until my centennial drop, 12 minutes until the yeast nutrient, and 21 minutes until the boil is over and we can cool down. Still moving along.
Oops, somebody's trying to come in. Wally's trying to come in.
Somebody else getting in?
Yeah, Wally's trying to come in.
Thanks, sir.
The Fexter.
Yes, sir. What's up? What's up, Wally? How's everybody doing?
Good. How's your day going? Sorry, I gotta plug my phone in. It's about to die.
I love a beer war. Love it.
Yeah, my phone just told me, hey, you're at 15%, asshole.
Don't leave me, Gare.
Nah, you're plugged in. You'll be fine now. I had to go find everything around here is wireless charger, so I had to go find a fast charger.
Hmm.
What are you brewing, Wally?
Lost about a half gallon. I'm at 6 3/4 gallons. I started at 7.14.
Ooh, that sounds good. I never used copper malt before.
That's probably on pace for about a gallon an hour.
All right, man. Sparging out. Mashing out, sparging out, whatever.
Wally, great call on opening the vent. I'm still dripping, just not in the beer, so that's nice.
That's good.
Very good, because we've been dripping in the beer. We haven't tasted a difference or anything, but it's just not ideal.
Well, it's not ideal to tell people about it.
Hey, we had a beer finish second in the competition that it happened to, so.
I know,
What are you
I'm
gonna do?
teasing. I'm teasing. You guys did really good.
Yeah, we'd like to win first at some point.
You know, I'm looking at this recipe and I realized that the last time I updated this recipe was March 19th, 2016.
What?
Yeah.
How many times
That's
have
how
you
many
brewed it?
times. Oh, I brewed a few times. This is version 2, so this is like one of my earlier recipes, and I just realized that because I was still using a small mash tun, it told me to do 2 steps on the fly sparge or batch sparge. Told me to do 4.5 gallons and then another 1.87 gallons. So I'm just going to combine those 2 and send it all in. But that's funny.
How big, what do you do, 10-gallon batches?
Well, yeah, I can. I'm not today, but I'm just doing my regular. I usually do 6.5 gallons, and then I end up, because I try not to get stingy. I leave all the crap behind, so I'll leave a half a gallon behind. So I'll collect 6, and then that way it gives me plenty of room to dump the trube and not have to suck off the bottom to get 5 gallons. So I do create a lot of waste with my brewing size, but I'd rather do that.
I see what you're saying.
So now I have to add those 2 together. I got Wally back in on the Zoom.
Oh.
I got Brian in there, and I think he's live streaming us as well. And then we have Dave Phelps, a new guy. He doesn't have YouTube, but he's friends with Dennis Pinn.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Matt had to go to sleep, so he dropped off. So we got like 4 people on there again.
Definitely getting some condensation into that. Time for my drop. Time for my drop. All right, relax, phone. All back. Jesus. What a shit show. All right. Time for Centennial. Centennial's just a solid hop.
Yeah, that's a good hop. I like it. It's pretty versatile anywhere in the process, really.
That's what I like about it.
Oh yeah, smells good.
So at the 5-minute mark, I'm going to throw in yeast nutrient, set up the chiller, and then we'll be off and running.
Are you brewing two different beers today, or just that one?
Just one. We did some measurements in the fermentation chamber and found that I can only fit one fermenter. As big as the fridge is currently constituted, I can only fit one fermenter.
Yeah, that's why I want to build that glycol system, so I can do more.
Those things are so expensive.
Well, that's why I want to build my own.
Gotcha.
All right. There we go. Can you see down in there?
Yeah.
That's my blonde coming out.
Looking very clear.
Yeah, it's looking pretty clear.
You put wheat in this?
Yeah, so it's less than a pound. Yeah, I put wheat in some of these lighter beers. I'll put, another good one to use is torrefied wheat because it actually drops clear. But I put regular wheat in here to help with head retention and just a little bit of body on the beer. And that amount won't cause the beer to be cloudy, especially if you're using Warflock tablets or Irish moss.
I was going to ask, are you using any clarifying agents?
Yeah, and if it doesn't want to clear out and right away, because this one goes quick, I don't really wait for this one to keg condition and clear out. So if it looks a little cloudy on the sample, I'll go ahead and throw it on some gelatin. I mean, I'm using real fruit, so I mean, there's going to be some pectin haze, but it's surprisingly not that bad.
Mm. Gary.
Yes, sir.
How many pounds of blueberries are you using?
Yeah. Sorry, there was asking a question on the other channel. So I gotta look. When this thing prints, it doesn't print the notes, so it's in the notes. So I have to go to the computer and look in the notes. But I think it's a pound of freshly frozen blueberries, then thawed and then pureed and then dumped in the secondary or after trube dump, not at high Krausen.
Are you transferring to secondary or?
No, it's going to be in the Firmzilla, so I'll just dump it into the bottom
Gotcha.
piece. Yeah, and I've tried it at high Krausen and it I don't know, it changes it quite a bit. But if you do it at after fermentation kind of falls out, it does ferment a little bit after that, but it's not as bad. And Dave was mentioning that when he did his, it turned really purple. And I remember, I think one time I did it turned purple, and then the other times I brewed it didn't turn purple, and it just dawned on me it's because I waited till after fermentation was complete.
What's the upside of doing it at high Krausen?
I don't know that there is one. I know that from what I remember, I think it does extract a lot more of the color pigments from the blueberries, so that ends up turning the beer, in the blue hue range. I mean, it does, even though you put it in the secondary. It does.
I was going to say you're going to get some color anyway.
Yeah, You do, but it's still sort of in the golden with a blue hue to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we did a similar thing with the cranberry.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so that was a yeast nutrient. 5 minutes left until the end of the boil, and then we'll chill. So let's get the chiller ready once I'm done eating.
Yeah, Brian, you were muted earlier. I didn't want to unmute you because I didn't know if you were doing some other thing and cause a problem. Did you? Nice. So did I. Awesome.
Filling this up with water.
Yeah. Well, I missed mine only because I was trying to go off like memory for the recipe, and I thought it was 150. So I actually hit 150, but then when I looked at the recipe, I'm like, oh shit, it's 152. So I had to ramp up to 150. Yeah. Yeah, up your way, that's like snowboarding. Oh. What is it's balanced. Yeah, it's balanced. That's cool. Oh, I'm kidding. So you can't be jerky. You can't be a jerky filmer with that one. Sort of takes the. Oh, you know what? I saw this on Amazon. Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to get one that you well, two. You put something on you, like a Bluetooth device, and you mount the camera to the wherever you move in the room. So it does it with some. I wish the thing with when it asks people to join, it would make more noise because I'm like not seeing it until it's too late. Like some people are trying to join and it pop up. Hey, how's it going? We got Nate. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I think it's just the system. Yeah, man, I'm not getting used to you with no fucking facial hair, dude.
All right, so the setup goes as is. 2 buckets of ice water. When we're recirculating, the first bucket's going to go real quick. It's going to turn warm. So I got the second bucket is back up, and then I'm going to switch them out with ice water. Run the beer through the pump. Pump runs through the coil, comes out, and through the filter. So that we can filter out the hops, so that the hops don't get clogged. That's the main reason. Sorry, Gary's going to let you into the Zoom meeting. We'll have to get a hold of Gary to get you in. I don't have access to it. I'm not on the Zoom meeting yet. So we've got 2 minutes left till the end of the boil, and then we will start that process.
Great. Getting warm on here.
Hey, Gary.
Yeah.
You want to let Nate into the meeting?
Say again?
Can you let Nate into the Zoom meeting?
Oh yeah. Did you try to join?
No, Nate did.
Oh, Nate. Yeah. I was just complaining that the audio that it makes in Zoom, that hey, somebody's in the room, is so subtle. You have to be paying attention. So, yeah, he's in there now.
All right. Very nice. We have Hugh Mellon hops at Flame Out. Yeah, Jerry, Gary's a psycho. Him and Mike Tonsmeyer love brewing with no type of protection for their feet whatsoever. Just zero regard for their tootsies. I've never understood it. I think it's the most fascinating thing ever. You're around boiling wort. So many different equipment, like so many different types of equipment like Gary has, and you're just going feet out for the boys. And I'm never going to get that. But yes, Gary brews barefoot, and he's an absolute psycho.
Yeah. I think they wanted to try a couple of different things. Let me mute my mic and see if that stops you from hearing that. Oh, I thought you said you could hear that. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So on that, I have a shitty connection here, so I can't.
There we go.
Podcast do like a live stream. Somebody else would have to host it. I'm on DSL. Yeah. 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 My camera's on the laptop, so it's pretty shitty anyway.
So because there may be some sanitizer left in the chiller, even though I blew it out, I still like to run a cup just to get a little bits that may be left out of the chiller. So we're off and we are chilling. I'll show this real quick. As you can see, that is the setup. Picking up some hot matter as we cool down. And I'm going to have to take out, you can see, the ice is actively and quickly melting. So I will have to take that out pretty soon. But that is the chilling method. We may be here for a while, so maybe I'll cut the stream off, but we'll see.
Nate, where you at on the brew day? Yeah.
I think I either drank too much or stayed up too late last night. I didn't realize it until this morning.
You never do. Yeah. That's good.
So I think I'm gonna use that same recipe as last time. So the second one, I'll do like, maybe 9 and
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. You see my video?
oh, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, those my over Monday. One of the bottles, I didn't remember which one it was, fell out of the fridge. Like, you know what I left the gap kind of started. I immediately like cranked it down with my bottle clamper. I wasn't sure which one it was. I thought it was Belgian, but it was Black IPA. But it's still, I mean, it was a little bit less than probably normally carbon. But it was I mean, it had
That one had a little carbonation, so you probably it was.
okay. Yeah, what is
I did not carbonate.
Already down to 174. Looking good.
all right, so I think the normal recipe.
That's good. Because you have that nice cold groundwater.
There's the hop left over. I'm gonna go clean this thing out and put it back on and start running the pump again.
We lose Brian.
Take the filter, put it in the sanitizer.
Yeah, that's perfect. Oh, I have the same problem, but you're fine. You're fine.
And we're off and running again. And switching out another 5 gallon.
Hey, Nick.
Well, that's kind of why I started early this morning, in case any of the UK folks wanted to pop in.
Hey, Nicky boy. Nick.
Yeah. Oh, look at that sexy bitch.
A little gratuitous mugshot.
How about this? How about this?
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Boom.
I got to order that one too.
Yeah, you do. Down to 140 degrees. Still a little bit of a ways to go, but we are cooling fairly quickly. Brandon and I's plan is to get one of those jaded. We have a jaded wart chiller now that's for bigger systems, but we want to get one of those electric jaded wart chillers, and then want to run it right outside those doors right there. Just pull up the cart, the hydraulic cart with the wheels, hook up the wart chiller, or you can run it through windows. But that is going to be our plan. We would do that during the warmer months, spring and summer. But we love our jaded wart chiller right now. It's called the Hydra. But we just don't use it anymore because we don't brew outside anymore. So we'll likely be looking to sell that at some point and take that money and buy I think it's called the Scylla, or it's something for electric systems. So that's it.
So we can hear Alex, I think. But
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I unmuted you, but I can't unmute. I can't unmute you.
Yeah, oh, I see what the problem is. There we go.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it looks like it's
So we are cooling down here. It's probably, there's only 5 people watching. Probably better if we just call it a day. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to transfer it into the Firmzilla here. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to pitch the yeast, and we're good to go. I don't even think I'll use a starter, but we'll see. And then we're good to go. So thanks to everyone for watching. Hashtag Unity Brew Day. Use it on social media. Hopefully we can do more of these if more people will watch. So it'll be good. All right, guys. Cheers.
Well, maybe that's why